They say history repeats itself, but what if I told you that the struggles and triumphs of one community have shaped modern Germany in ways few truly understand? The rise of Islam in Germany is not just a story of faith, it's a story of war, diplomacy, migration, and resilience. But today, it faces a new challenge. From early alliances to guest worker programs, and now the rise of Islamophobia. This journey is anything but simple. So, how did Islam take root in Germany? And why is it facing one of its toughest battles yet? Stay with me, because this story will change the way you see history. Islam's presence in Germany is not a recent development. It dates back centuries. It has survived political shifts, economic transformations, and waves of migration that changed the nation's very foundation. From the Ottoman Empire's diplomatic ties to World War I's strategic alliances, from the post-war labor migration to today's thriving yet challenged Muslim community, this story is filled with unexpected twists. But now, Islam in Germany stands at a crossroads, facing both progress and rising opposition. What brought us here? What's really happening today? And what does the future hold for Germany's Muslim population? Let's dive in. The first recorded interactions between Islam and Germany date back to the 18th century. During this period, the Ottoman Empire maintained diplomatic and military relations with the German states, leading to the presence of Muslims in the region. One of the earliest examples of this connection is seen in the service of Muslim soldiers under Frederick William I of Prussia. By 1745, his successor, Frederick II, known as Frederick the Great, had formed a military unit called the Muslim Riders. This elite group was made up of Bosniaks, Albanians, and Tatars, reflecting the broader Ottoman influence. Alongside these military developments, a Muslim cemetery was established in Berlin in 1798, signifying the presence of a growing Muslim community. However, it was during World War I that Islam became a significant factor in Germany's strategic interests. The German Empire, an ally of the Ottoman Caliphate, sought to use Islam as a political and military tool. The creation of the Halbmondlager, or half-moon camp, in Wunsdorf was a key aspect of this strategy. The camp housed Muslim prisoners of war from Allied forces, primarily from North Africa, India, and the Middle East. German authorities attempted to persuade these prisoners to join a jihad against the British and French forces. To facilitate this, the first mosque in Germany was built in 1915 within the camp. This marked a milestone in the history of Islam in Germany, even though the mosque was later demolished. The most significant phase in the expansion of Islam in Germany, however, occurred in the post-World War II era, as Germany experienced rapid economic growth during the 1950s and 1960s. The country faced severe labor shortages. In response, the government launched the Gastarbeiter program, or guest worker initiative, inviting foreign workers to fill positions in the industrial sector. Many of these workers came from predominantly Muslim countries, including Turkey, Yugoslavia, Morocco, and Tunisia. The program initially envisioned these workers as temporary residents, but many chose to stay permanently. Between 1955 and 1973, an estimated 14 million guest workers arrived in West Germany. Over time, their families joined them, leading to the establishment of permanent Muslim communities in cities across the country. Today, Germany is home to approximately 5.5 million Muslims, making up about 6.6% of the total population. This diverse group includes people of Turkish, Arab, and Balkan descent, along with others from Iran, Afghanistan, and South Asia. The continued growth of the Muslim population is influenced by both migration and higher birth rates within the community. Mosques and Islamic cultural centers are now common in many German cities, reflecting the deep-rooted presence of Islam in the country. Germany is home to a significant Muslim population, making Islam the second largest religion in the country after Christianity. As of 2019, the Muslim population in Germany is estimated to be around 5.5 million people, accounting for approximately 6.6% of the country's total population. This diverse and growing community consists of individuals from various backgrounds, with the majority being of Turkish descent, followed by those from Arab countries, the Balkans, Iran, and South Asia. Over the years, immigration and higher birth rates have contributed to the steady increase in the Muslim population. Within this population, there are distinct denominational groups, reflecting the broad spectrum of Islamic beliefs and traditions. The vast majority of Muslims in Germany, about 74%, identify as Sunni. Sunnism is the largest branch of Islam worldwide, and in Germany, many Sunni Muslims have roots in Turkey, Bosnia, and Arab countries. Shiites, who represent a smaller but significant part of the community, make up approximately 4% of Germany's Muslim population. The majority of Shia Muslims in Germany originate from Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, and Afghanistan. Shia communities, like their Sunni counterparts, have established religious centers and cultural organizations across the country. Another important group within the Muslim population in Germany is the Alevis, who make up about 8% of the total Muslim population. Alevism is a distinct religious tradition with roots in Turkey, and although it shares some similarities with Shia Islam, it has unique beliefs and practices. Alevis emphasize humanism, spirituality, and the interpretation of Islamic teachings through philosophical perspectives. Their presence in Germany is largely due to migration from Turkey, particularly in the late 20th century. In addition to Sunnis, Shiites, and Alevis, there are smaller Muslim sects and groups. Ahmadis, for example, constitute approximately 1% of the Muslim population in Germany. The Ahmadiyya community, originating from South Asia, has a well-organized structure in Germany and has built mosques and religious centers in various cities. Other smaller sects and Islamic traditions also contribute to the rich diversity of the Muslim community in Germany. These statistics highlight the broad and complex denominational landscape of Islam in Germany. Each group has its own cultural, theological, and religious practices, yet all contribute to the social fabric of the country. Mosques, cultural centers, and Islamic organizations play a key role in preserving religious identity while also facilitating integration into German society. Today, Islam in Germany is not a monolithic entity, but rather a dynamic and evolving presence, reflecting the diversity of its followers and their histories. Muslims in Germany, who make up around 6.4% to 6.7% of the total population, lead lives that reflect a blend of religious traditions and modern societal norms. Their daily activities involve religious practices, professional commitments, social engagements, and community participation, all of which contribute to the multicultural fabric of Germany. For many Muslims, religious observances are an integral part of their daily routine. One of the key practices is the 5 daily prayers, known as Salat. While not all Muslims observe these prayers regularly, about 39% pray daily. To accommodate this need, Germany has approximately 2,700 mosques and countless smaller prayer rooms, many of which are located in airports, railway stations, and office buildings, allowing Muslims to maintain their religious practices while balancing work, education, and social life. Another significant aspect of Muslim life in Germany is dietary observance. Around 70% of Muslims adhere to halal dietary laws, which prohibit the consumption of pork and alcohol while requiring specific methods for meat preparation. Fasting during the holy month of Ramadan is another important religious obligation. The majority of Muslims in Germany, approximately 75%, observe fasting, which involves abstaining from food, drink, and other physical needs from dawn until sunset. During this time, many workplaces and schools acknowledge the practice, and community gatherings in mosques increase, strengthening the bonds within the Muslim community. Beyond religious duties, Muslims in Germany actively participate in community engagement. Mosques and Islamic centers are not just places of worship, but also serve as cultural and social hubs. They host educational programs, charity events, and interfaith dialogues, fostering a sense of unity and mutual understanding. Many Muslim organizations also focus on social welfare, providing aid to the underprivileged and organizing events that bring together diverse communities. In terms of geographical distribution, the majority of Muslims in Germany reside in urban centers, where they have established vibrant communities. Berlin, the capital, is home to a diverse Muslim population, including large Turkish and Arab communities. Cities like Cologne and Düsseldorf also have substantial Turkish Muslim populations, with numerous mosques and cultural centers serving the community. Frankfurt and Offenbach, known for their multicultural demographics, host a wide range of Muslim communities from different parts of the world. Hamburg and Munich also have well-established Muslim populations with religious and cultural facilities catering to their needs. A significant portion of Germany's Muslim population is concentrated in the western part of the country, particularly in North Rhine-Westphalia. This region saw the highest influx of Muslim migrants, primarily due to the post-war labor migration programs that brought workers from Turkey, Morocco, and the Balkans. In contrast, the eastern regions of Germany have relatively smaller Muslim population, as these areas were less affected by migration policies during the 20th century. Muslims in Germany, who make up approximately 6.6% of the country's population, face a variety of challenges that affect their daily lives and integration into society. While they contribute significantly to Germany's cultural and economic landscape, they also encounter discrimination, rising Islamophobia, socioeconomic struggles, and political marginalization. These issues create significant barriers to full participation in society and have led to growing concerns within the Muslim community. Beyond discrimination, socioeconomic challenges also affect the Muslim population. Many Muslims in Germany face higher unemployment rates than the general population, as well as barriers to accessing quality education and professional opportunities. Studies indicate that some employers discriminate against applicants with Muslim-sounding names or those who wear religious attire, limiting their chances of securing stable employment. Housing discrimination is another issue, as some landlords refuse to rent apartments to Muslim families, leading to segregation and the concentration of Muslim communities in poorer neighborhoods with fewer resources and opportunities. Political and social marginalization further exacerbate these difficulties. In recent years, the rise of far-right political parties, such as the Alternative for Germany, AfD, has contributed to anti-Muslim sentiment in the country. The AfD openly promotes rhetoric against Islam and immigration, claiming that Islam is incompatible with German values. Their success in regional elections has increased anxiety among Muslim communities, particularly in areas where the party holds significant influence. As a result, some Muslims feel alienated and even consider relocating to more diverse or welcoming regions. This political climate fosters an environment where Muslims struggle to feel fully accepted as part of German society. Despite these challenges, efforts have been made to address discrimination and promote integration. Community organizations and advocacy groups continue to push for stronger protections, increased representation, and equal opportunities for Muslims in Germany. Initiatives have been launched to foster dialogue between Muslim and non-Muslim communities, aiming to counter negative stereotypes and promote mutual understanding. However, critics argue that many of these measures are insufficient or poorly implemented, leaving significant gaps in addressing the needs of the Muslim population. Islamophobia in Germany has become an increasingly serious concern in recent years, with rising anti-Muslim incidents, the presence of Islamophobic organizations, and broader societal challenges faced by the Muslim community. Reports indicate that discrimination against Muslims is not only a social issue, but also a growing political and ideological movement. In 2023, Germany witnessed a significant surge in Islamophobic attacks. The Claim Network, which monitors hate crimes against Muslims, reported 1,926 such incidents in just 1 year, an increase of 114% compared to the previous year. These incidents range from verbal harassment and discrimination in workplaces to physical assaults and vandalism of mosques. One particularly concerning trend is that Islamophobic attacks tend to spike in response to international events. For instance, following the October 7th Hamas-led attack on Israel, there was a noticeable rise in hostility against Muslim communities in Germany, with increased instances of hate speech and violence. Islamophobia in Germany is also fueled by certain organized movements and groups that actively spread anti-Muslim sentiment. One of the most well-known groups is Pegida, which stands for Patriotic Europeans Against the Islamization of the West. Founded in 2014, Pegida is a far-right political movement that opposes what it perceives as the growing influence of Islam in Europe. The group has organized numerous protests and demonstrations, often attracting thousands of supporters, but these rallies have also been met with counter-protests by those opposing their xenophobic ideology. Another influential Islamophobic platform is Politically Incorrect, PI News, a German-language blog that was founded in 2004. PI News is known for promoting anti-Islam narratives, often linking Islam with terrorism and crime. While the platform claims to focus on issues such as immigration and cultural identity, Critics argue that it spreads misinformation and incites hostility toward Muslims in Germany. Despite the rising levels of Islamophobia, efforts to combat anti-Muslim racism have also gained momentum. Various civil society organizations and government initiatives are working to counter discrimination and promote integration. One of the most prominent initiatives is the CLAIM Network, established in 2017, which brings together 51 different organizations dedicated to opposing Islamophobia. CLAIM focuses on research, advocacy, and preventive measures to address growing anti-Muslim sentiment in the country. By documenting hate crimes, supporting victims, and raising awareness, CLAIM aims to create a safer and more inclusive society for Muslims in Germany. Additionally, the German government has acknowledged the issue and taken steps to address it. The Federal Ministry of the Interior has sponsored an independent expert working group on anti-Muslim racism, which in September 2023 released a comprehensive report analyzing the state of Islamophobia in Germany. This report highlighted the urgent need for better documentation of hate crimes, improved legal frameworks, and stronger efforts to combat discrimination at both institutional and societal levels. However, despite these initiatives, many challenges remain. Human Rights Watch has criticized Germany's response to Islamophobia, pointing out that there is still no clear legal definition of anti-Muslim racism in the country. Additionally, the lack of comprehensive data collection on Islamophobic crimes makes it difficult to understand the full scale of the issue and implement effective policies to address it. Without stronger government action and social reform, the Muslim community in Germany will continue to face obstacles to full inclusion and equal treatment. And that brings us to the reality of Islam in Germany, its deep-rooted history, its growth, its challenges, and the resilience of its people. The story is still unfolding, and the future will be shaped by the voices and actions of those who continue to strive for understanding and coexistence. If you found this video insightful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more deep dives into important stories like this one.